Hello everyone. So I thought I'd do a general collective reading for all of you because there are some major planetary transits happening right now in the sky that are going to affect every single person on the planet. For one, today, now I'm recording this on the 18th, which is Monday. I'm not sure when I'll upload it. Hopefully it's going to be today itself, but today, Jupiter and Mercury have both stationed direct. Now, these are massive planets that have huge impacts on our lives. Mercury has been in retrograde since, well, the end of September, I would say, and Jupiter has been in retrograde since June, I think. So, a lot of things that had been put on hold for us, whether that was communication or it was work projects or it was relationships, I wouldn't say that you're going to see a sudden shift like today or this week, because every planet does have its shadow period. It takes that 1 to 2 weeks for those planets to literally they're just stationed right now, right? They're just like, instead of moving backwards, they're stationary. So it's going to take them those 2 weeks to literally start moving forward at their normal pace. So I would say now is a great time for us to look forward to those projects that were held up to start showing results, like for things to start moving as we had hoped. You can expect communication to get better, especially within relationships, because Mercury has been in retrograde within Libra. It is still in Libra. So if there was any kind of chaos or conflict or arguments within relationships, this could be with anybody. It could be with your co-workers, family, your loved ones, your spouse. You can expect those conversations to go a little more smoothly now, and you can expect conflict resolution. When it comes to Jupiter, as we know, is the planet of luck, abundance, growth, expansion. Okay, and I feel like a lot of people who were starting projects till about 4 months ago, it's like, I mean, even though the planet wasn't retrograde, it doesn't mean that we couldn't feel its effects. They were just a little diluted. So I feel like now people are getting the push that they need, whether that's motivation or it is just seeing actual results, right? And it's a great time to start new projects. Now, the hugest aspect happening right now is the full moon in Aries, which is going to happen on the 20th, which is day after tomorrow. The full moon in Aries will be a wild ride. Let me just put it like that. There will be, because we know full moons do cause emotional ups and downs, in a massive way for a few people, especially people with a lot of water in their chart, because water is ruled by the moon. There will be flare-ups, because Aries, being the pioneer and the leader of the zodiac wheel, it likes to take charge, it likes to take action. It is ruled by Mars, right? And Mars is that passionate, fiery leader, the ruler. So I would suggest you would feel the energy 2 days or 3 days before and after. So I would suggest to keep your temper under check, under control, and just make sure you pick your battles wisely. Okay, so that's about it for the planetary aspects. Let me get into the tarot. I just want to get a general collective sense of what we could expect within this coming week. So let's get down to it. I'm using the Fountain Tarot. For your main spread, I will be pulling out an archetype. This is by Nick Pantock, and I will be pulling out a moonology. And for clarifiers, I will be using the Line Strider Mini. Okay, let me just clear the table and we can get going. Okay, let's get an archetype of what we can expect to either have to embrace or eradicate, depending on which archetype pops up. Now, this is a general reading and it's not going to resonate for everyone. Please take the general energy off of it and see what applies within your life. Okay. Oh, wow. The Hypocrite. I remember when Saturn stationed direct, I think this was on the 10th. That's when I pulled this card out on my Instagram. And it made a lot of sense, because Saturn is the planet of power, authority, and also time and regulations, right? And I feel like the Hypocrite card coming out right now is also wonderful, because we are entering the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius, as we know, is ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of rebellion. And rebellion, not for the sake of rebelling, but rebelling in order to make the world a better place for ourselves. Okay, it's a very free spirited energy. It's an energy of not wanting to be held back and held down by authority figures, right? And especially in our day and age, when those authority figures are using their power non-constructively. So there is corruption, and the hypocrite archetype talks about that corruption. It talks about people in positions of power misusing that power for their own personal gain, as against for the benefit of the greater good. Now this could apply as a, like for us as a society, as a community overall in the world, or it could apply to our personal lives. Is there anybody in your life who you are giving away your power to? Is anybody in your life controlling you more than they actually should, right? Because we are our own people, and unless, I mean, not even unless, I feel like our parents do have a right over us, and to an extent our bosses, people we work for, but they don't have a right to control how we live our lives. You understand? So I feel like it's a great time to make your own rules, and it's all right to not play by the book, because if the book is made by hypocrites, if the rules are made by those hypocrites who are using that corrupted power to rule the world, so to speak, it makes it doesn't make any sense. Am I right? So I think this is something that we can look forward to, especially now, like I said, once Saturn has turned direct. I feel like power overall, personally or collectively, is going to go through a massive transition, because we are also entering not the age, but the month and the season of Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto. And Pluto, as we know, is the planet of death and transformation. So I feel like those ideologies and beliefs that had shaped our world into what it is today, whatever is no longer necessary and whatever is no longer working for us, we're going to see all of that just fall apart and die off, to be replaced by something that is actually going to help us in the future. So I hope that made sense. Let me get a moonology out for us just to see what we can hope for. Oh wow, new moon in Scorpio. What did I say? The new moon in Scorpio is going to be sometime first week of November, right? I don't know the actual date, I apologize, but that's wonderful to see. Work through your fears. So I feel like we need to understand that there is transformation coming. I mean, for sure, that is guaranteed. And like I said, whether that's transformation within your life personally or it is as a whole collectively, a lot of changes are going to be seen, and massive changes. And one of my favorite astrologers, Christopher Witecki, he was just today in the morning talking about how Pluto is not like, Pluto doesn't come in with the tower moment that we talk about in the tarot. Pluto is like a steamroller. Okay, so he described it so beautifully. So it's the steamroller is coming towards you, and you, I mean your problems, whatever is not serving your greatest good, it's gonna keep coming. There's no stopping that steamroller, right? And it is going to, I mean, steamroll all over whatever is not working for you. So it's giving you that warning, right? There is that warning of that transformation and the death of what is not serving you. So it's better if you align yourself with that change now, instead of being shocked by it when it actually does come about. Because Pluto is very, very powerful. It is more powerful than Mars, it is more powerful than Jupiter, and there are a couple of squares that are going to be happening towards the end of this week that are going to cause a lot of those temper flare-ups when things are not going our way. And I think right now is a great time for us to realign ourselves with what our hopes for the future are. Not particular things, so to speak, but an overall picture of what we want life to be. So it's interesting when we are, I'm on a roll here, I'm sorry, when we're kind of manifesting, what are we trained to do? We're not trained to, let's say, ask for, okay, I want an iPhone, Apple iPhone 13, right? No, we ask for something that's going to, well, help us communicate better or help us with our work or whatever you would need that phone for, right? So whatever comes your way is going to be for your highest good. So instead of manifesting a particular person within a relationship, you ask the universe or attract from the universe a partner who is perfect for you, and leave it at that. So I think that is what we need to realign ourselves with, because Pluto is going to eradicate everything that is not serving you. So work through your fears. I think if there is any kind of fear you have about losing something, if it's taken away from you, and I don't mean literal death here, all right? I'm talking about the death of beliefs, ideologies, relationships, whatever. I think just come to terms with it. Come to terms with it now, because that change is coming for all of us, and that includes the change we're going to see in society, especially when it comes to power figures and authority. Okay, so let me, where did my tarot go? There we go. Let me get a spread out. I'm just gonna do like a freestyle. I haven't like planned a proper spread for this. Oh wow. All right, right off the bat we have the Fool. Let's see how this goes. I'm just gonna keep pulling until it makes sense. We have the Fool, new beginnings, fresh energy. Page of Coins. All right. Six of Wands, success. That's a very Jupiterian energy. Okay, what else do we have? The Queen of Pentacles. I like that. What else? Let's get 3 more. Five of Cups, a little bit of sadness. Like I said, that does come about with that Pluto energy. That's to be expected. Hard work. Okay, that makes sense. Let's get an overall energy that we can look forward to. The Queen of Swords. I love that. Okay, I'm going to pull out clarifiers real quick, and then we can go ahead and talk about this. Let's clarify the Fool. What are we jumping towards? Strength. Beautiful. Page of Pentacles. The Two of Wands. Right, that does make sense. Don't worry, I'm going to get to it. Six of Wands. The Hanged Man. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Lots of pentacles here. Ace of Pentacles. How beautiful. This is that Jupiter energy. Five of Cups. I'm intrigued. Six of Wands again. I'm going to get another one for this. I mean, I have a fair idea of what this could be talking about, but just for a little more clarity, 10 of Wands. Right. All right. Eight of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups. Beautiful energy. Wow. Queen of Swords, the World. Yeah. This makes perfect sense, and it's a beautiful spread for this time. Now, when it comes to the Fool, clarified by the Strength card, I feel like we need to let go. The Strength card does talk about unconditional love. It does talk about being fearless, but at the same time, it talks about trust. It talks about just letting go and having that faith that the universe will break your fall, that the universe is there to catch you. And when I say universe, please apply any word that you see fit here, whatever your faith is, whoever you do believe in. I feel like we need to know that whatever happens, it's a very tea towel quote, but I'm just going to repeat it here so you guys never forget this. Whatever happens, happens for your own good. Okay, no matter how painful it is, no matter how unfair it is, you will see that when you do go through that particularly difficult lesson, when you do come out of it, you are that much wiser, you are that much stronger, right? And I mean, it does, if I apply this in relationships, for example, you go through a particularly turbulent relationship, and when you're on the other side, once you've grieved and you're over the heartbreak, you realize what it is that you don't want in a future partnership, right? So you start eradicating and crossing off those things off your checklist. Not checklist, but like, you know what I mean. So I think the Fool and the Strength card are here to tell you to take that leap of faith and to understand that you will be protected no matter what. Okay. Now, the page of coins being clarified by the two of wands. I feel like with the page of coins, there is that curiosity to start something new. Okay. And I'm going to get another card for this because they're both kind of telling me the same thing. It's like there is action that we would want to take, but we're not really certain about which direction to go in. Okay, so the Hermit. Now, this is kind of reminding me of what I told you about the shadow period. It's not a perfect time just yet. I mean, we're almost there. It's not the perfect time just yet to kind of put our thoughts into action. Okay, it's a great time to start manifesting and to make lists about what it is that we want to accomplish. But till you are sure, the Hermit talks about retreating, meditating, and finding inner wisdom. Okay, so what is it that you are truly good at? Okay, now this could apply to your work situations. What is your talent? What can get you recognition? Right? What is it that you can do that the others can't do as well? Think about all of that. Go within retreat and understand how you can apply all of those talents to what it is that you do for a living. Right? And then take the required action. Don't just go head first and be like, oh, I can learn this, I can figure it out. No, because then you'll be meeting that energy halfway. It's great to learn new things, but first I think it's important for us to tap into what it is that we already are good at, right? And establish that stable foundation, and then build up from there, and then learn new things. With the Six of Wands, the Hangman, very similar energy. Like I told you, there is victory and success coming your way. And Jupiter is going to see to it, because it is the planet of luck, and whatever Jupiter touches, wherever it is in your chart right now, Jupiter is in Aquarius at the moment, so wherever Aquarius is in your chart at the moment, that area of your life is going to be bountiful. It's going to explode with abundance. So I feel like there is something that needs to be done in order for you to reap those blessings. Okay, so the Hanged Man talks about shifting your perspective. Let's talk about your relationships. Let's talk about how you could maybe wanting to see success within a particular relationship, but you're not being able to because you're at a stalemate. Okay, you're of one belief and your partner is of another. How can you compromise? How can you put yourself in your partner's shoes and fix whatever troubles are plaguing your relationship? Once you do that, because see, the Aries full moon is going to want us to stand in our power and be authoritative and be fiery and be me. So we don't really just because the full moon is in Aries, I don't want us to use that as an excuse to sit in our egos. Okay, I want us to realize that this lunation will bring about that quality in us, and how we should adapt it in a more harmonizing fashion. So I think it is important for us to look at things from a different perspective, and once we do that, I think success will be guaranteed and Jupiter will bless us. When it comes to the Queen of Coins or the Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, lots of new beginnings, you know what I mean? The Fool, the Six of Wands, the World is here as well, Ace of Pentacles. It's a beautiful energy of initiation, and the Aries full moon is going to make us want to be in that spotlight. Okay, like I said, make sure you use that energy wisely. Don't let it get to your head, because it's very easy for people, let's say, okay, maybe not introverts so much, but extroverts who like being in the spotlight. I don't want you guys to misuse that power, misuse that authority that does come your way temporarily. All right. But the Ace of Pentacles is here to say that whatever is started at this time, let's say after the shadow period of that week, 10 days, is going to be laced with abundance. It's going to be laced with prosperity. So it's a great time to do that research with that Page of Coins. Do that research about your talents. Do that research about your resources that you can tap into. And with the Queen of Pentacles, take care of you. You know, it's a beautiful balance that we need to kind of address right now, because with the Aries energy, we're wanting to be wanting to look after ourselves, and with the Queen of Pentacles as well, because she's literally the queen who puts her oxygen mask on first before helping somebody else. So while that's great, self-love can turn into selfishness very, very quickly. So you need to strike that balance, because Jupiter being in Aquarius, like I said, is a very humanitarian sign. It's a sign of community living. It's a sign of helping. It's a sign of just being one with society, right? And having your own identity at the same time. So think about how you can strike that balance between self-care and giving. And once you do that, I think once you reach that equilibrium is when that foundation for you to build on whatever you're building on, whether it's career, relationships, anything, it will be that much stronger. Now, with the 5 of Cups, we have 10 of Wands and 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is here again talking about that victory and that success. I feel like with the 10 of Wands, if you put too much on your plate, it's like, I said this in a previous video, it's like you have 5 hours a day to work, okay? And you're putting 10 minutes in like a million projects, okay, just to get things done. And you get nowhere at the end of the day. But if you put those 5 hours in one project, you will see success faster within that field, right? So I feel like this is not a great time to multitask. I mean, if it's unavoidable, then of course go ahead. But I think a huge part of this spread is talking about being a little more gentle with ourselves and not letting these energies kind of create that chaos, because with the pioneering energy of Aries, the full moon, it's going to make us want us to go, because Aries is a cardinal sign and it is a fire sign, so it just wants to initiate projects all the time. But I feel like even if this is coming to your relationship, even if it's not related to your career, I feel like stop looking at all the different aspects that make that relationship whole. Focus on the love, simple as that. Or focus on equal give and take. Focus on that one thing and don't overburden yourself with responsibilities and thoughts, so that you're just kind of broken at the end of it, where you don't have the strength to do anything, So be kinder to yourself, be a little more gentle to yourself and the people around you. And I feel like this 5 of Cups will just kind of dissipate into thin air. There will be nothing to be sad about. So I think more than this kind of predicting your future, excuse me, this is just here to give you that little piece of advice about just don't burden yourself, okay? And you will see success in that one or maybe 2 things that you're directing your energy into. 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Hard work will be required, okay? And it's like the universe literally just like slapping me on the head and being like, no, tell them that they can't be lazy. So the 8 of Pentacles talks about looking at intricacies and details of our work life and our relationships and making sure that we are fine-tuning everything every step of the way. And it's a very interesting energy, because like I said, instead of putting 10 minutes into like a million projects, if you're putting those 5 hours in one, it's going to ensure that you're looking at the details, like the finer details of everything that has to do with that project or with that relationship, right? And that's going to make sure that you fix every little thing that needs fixing, and you're going to make it perfect, right? And once that does happen, the 9 of Cups ensures happiness. It ensures wishes being fulfilled. So all of this entire spread is firstly asking you to be gentle with yourself and with others. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Don't let your ego and pride get the best of you. Work hard, but don't overburden yourself, and look at the details. Okay, and wishes will be fulfilled. Jupiter is going to guarantee it. I am not joking. Jupiter is very, very powerful as well. Now, the last card we have is very interesting. The Queen of Swords and the World. It's a very Venus and Pluto kind of energy for me. Other people might snicker and laugh at this, but that's the vibe I'm getting off of this. The World talks about closing of chapters and beginning new ones. You have the Fool as well as the World. The Fool starts the tarot and the World ends it. So having the first and the last card, it's I think it is giving us that little bit of a nudge to close out, like I said in the beginning of the video, what is not serving us and jumping into something brand new. And the Queen of Swords relies a lot on logic. She's a very, there's no gender in tarot, please just take the energy. She relies on her mental prowess to make decisions for her. She can be a bit heartless, she can be a bit cold. So I feel like if you have been through it, you've been through something very difficult and you are feeling a little detached from your emotions, instead of trying to change that about yourself, maybe tap into it. Tap into that logic, tap into those facts and understand where you can apply them to close out cycles that you have outgrown, because that is going to ensure this new beginning for you. And it could be a new beginning within the same chapter. Does that make sense? It's like rereading the same chapter but with better diction. You know what I'm saying? So because Mercury being direct now, I feel like it's going to give us an opportunity to redo things in a healthier way. Communication will be healthier, right? There will be less brain fog. There'll be more clarity. So maybe it is time to close out the old chapters that were not benefiting us in the vernacular that we were speaking. Maybe it's time to change that, right, and start afresh and be a little more logical in the process. And now is a great time to use your mind, you know, because like I said, Mercury is direct, it rules the mind. So you will be more logical at this time, you will be making clearer and more sound decisions. So rely on that part of yourself. And I think it's a lovely spread. There are a couple of pieces of advice here that we should take, but overall I think there's a lot of abundance to be seen and a lot of luck that's going to come our way. So make the most of these transits and make sure you check your natal chart to see where Libra and Aquarius are and Aries are within that chart, to see how they will affect you personally. Okay, so have a beautiful week. I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.